If this were Lion King, the answer to the question, what's a matter, would be nothing. What's the matter with you? But the thing is, neither Simba nor Mufasa ever recruited a class like Thad Matta to answer the question. Ohio State coach put together a serious class of newcomers, kids who score 61% of the Buckeye points, yank 68% of their rebounds, and have them in the Final Four. The only reason they're called the Thad 5 instead of the Fab 5 is because Fab 5's been done. As Chris Connolly reports, well done.
15 years ago, the University of Michigan was the birthplace of a beloved and unforgettable team. Yet in the rafters at Chrysler Arena, the banners that once celebrated those players' achievements have been taken down. At Michigan, it is as if the Fab Five never existed. Oh, but did they ever.
We just had a little flair, a little style.
People call us cocky, but we're a more confident team.
We figured, why don't they like us? How could you not like us? You know, and if you don't like us, we're going to make you like us.
I don't think we ever doubted ourselves from day one. And we knew if we stayed together, we could do anything we wanted to.
Brash, confident. We didn't use the word swagger back then, but we had a hell of a swagger.
The Fab Five: Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard, Jimmy King, Ray Jackson. The most heralded recruiting class in college basketball history. 15 years ago, they changed the game.
Already, baby! Here they go, the Wolverines!
Arrogant in your face. Whoa, you can't jump up in Christian Laettner's face like that. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on?
It's kind of like the old versus the new. They worried me a little bit. I wouldn't say I was scared, but they worried me a little bit because they're freshmen and they were real loosey-goosey and out there having a good time.
The most culturally influential college basketball team of its era, the Fab Five brought a new style to hoops, starting with their shorts.
Hip-hop was coming into its own thing. We all loved hip-hop. We just wanted to have our own style.
We wanted to be comfortable. We didn't like the tight shorts.
They look like girl shorts. I don't want to look like John Stockton or a ballerina.
From a comfortable standpoint, the baggy shorts helped a lot.
If you go back and look when the Fab Five played, and you look at Arkansas Sharks, ours pale by comparison. But we got all the credit and blame for bringing in the long shorts.
The Fab Five also added black socks, black shoes, and bald heads, influencing future NBA stars from top to bottom.
They were definitely the first people that I've seen wear black socks in the basketball game. It was something that nobody did, but it looked pretty stylish.
That was the first time cats was wearing long, long shorts. Everybody could relate to that, you know what I'm saying? Every time I got a pair, I was trying to, if my shorts wasn't long, I was pulling them down to make them long, you know what I'm saying? Their playing style was pure street ball, eye-popping alley-oops, rim-rocking slams, smack-talking payback. Old-school college hoops, it wasn't.
I don't want to comment on Michigan winning it at all. It might express a bigger problem that I have with Michigan.
You look at it right now, and it's not a big deal. When you see an athlete with a tattoo, or you see an athlete talking trash on the court, or you see an athlete with a bald head. But back then, it was a big deal. It's like, oh, wow, look at these thugs. Where did they come from?
To some, it seemed brash and immature, but to others, they exuded a youthful freshness that was exhilarating to be around.
I mean, it was hard sometimes to remember that they were 18 years old because they honestly thought they could beat everybody.
Yeah, we were cocky. We were brash. You have to be when you're a pioneer. When you're trying to kick the door down, you try to establish something for everybody else to follow.
In 1992, the Fab Five became the first all-freshman team to take the floor in a title game.
I would say our legacy is we were 5 freshmen that went to the national.
Oh, yeah. Happy Monday. I got the queen, man. This is one of my babies, man. This has been a true mentor as well as a mother figure in my life as I move down this line of education and helping in the community and growing our kids. Miss Sheila Henry. She is the executive director of high schools for Austin Independent School District.
Yes.
She started out as my principal at LBJ, Early College High School. Turned it into a phenomenal school.
Yeah.
Got kids going to UT, coming out there getting their associate's degrees, kids getting scholarships to D1 schools academically and athletically, and in other forms. She brought a great curriculum to the school. She's opened it up for a lot of other resources. I can't say enough about it. She's given everybody in the community an opportunity. She's opened the doors up of the school for everybody to be a part of it. She's done great things, and she will continue to do great things. Teacher of the year 2013, teacher of the year 2016. I'm going to brag on her throughout the whole show, but I love you. Miss Sheila Henry. Here y'all go, people. There she go. I love her.
Well, y'all can't get this nowhere else, man.
I got Worldwide B-Mac.
Man.
Back at it again.
Man, y'all can't get this nowhere else, man. So anybody try to do anything after this,
it's tough.
It's tough, man. She just ain't gonna get on anybody's television and start talking.
This royalty. She did her baby a favor.
Oh man, that's love right there.
Look how she roll her eyes.
Hey, but listen, whatever city you coming in from, put it down. Put your city down. Put the love down. Press the love button. We need it. I want to know. I want to shout you out. Please give it to us.
So we're going to get right off into it today, man. It's no other way to do it because she's a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
Miss Henry.
Yes.
Talk to the people about Austin Independent School District. Let's let them know what's going on. You are the queen of it and you are the head of it, the brains. You got a lot of working pieces, but talk to us about AISD right now and why I should put my child in AISD.
Oh man, I'm glad you asked me that question because see, AISD is offering some opportunities now and access for students who may have never ever gotten an opportunity to go just beyond 12th grade. I mean, with some of the programs that we're bringing into the schools, career lunch, we're having early college high schools. We're just opening our second. I'm sorry, he told me to keep talking. Yeah, I don't follow the script either. You might find that out sooner or later. But we're opening our 7th early college high school this year, along with a few other PTEX career lunches, where we give students an opportunity not only to go to school and get a high school diploma, but to also look at a profession, look at a career, and give them an opportunity to also earn an associate's degree along the way. They can earn it by 12th grade, or they can go 2 years after they finish high school and actually earn an associate's degree and earn those industry certifications that'll lead them to jobs, land those interviews, and get those jobs that'll pay them $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year straight out of high school. So those are some of the things that Austin ISD is doing right now, creating opportunities for students, creating access for students, and just giving all students an opportunity to be great. Because that's what our kids should be, great. You know, our students are the crown jewel of education, and we should treat them as such. You know, there's nothing to get good for our students here in Austin Independent School District. So we want to treat them that way. We want to support them that way, and we got to put some things in place to ensure that they're successful. So all of that comes with wraparound services. So when I fall, somebody's there to pick me up. There's a safety net that's going to get me right back up, stand me up on my feet, and set me off again. So that's what we're doing at Austin Independent School District.
You see why she's the queen, right?
Creating access for all students.
For all students.
Yes, sir.
See
all students.
So how many schools do we have AISD high school wise?
High schools, we have 17 high schools, and 3 of those are our specialized campuses: Rosedale, Clifton, and Garza is one of our special campuses that we support our students who have some challenges sometimes in life, as we all do. And we find safe spots for them too. You know, we create not only safe places, but we create courageous spaces for our students.
That's mad love right there, boy. Y'all can't ask for
I'm
nothing
an
better.
LBJ grad, and I love LBJ forever.
Yes.
I'm appreciative of the fire academy that you had at LBJ. My son was a product of that, and he's pursuing that now. He's in the process of becoming a firefighter. through that.
Absolutely.
And he also earned his early college hours. He's what, like 10 hours away from his associate's degree. So it was truly a blessing. And I just wish that the parents would get more involved and learn about what these kids need to be doing and follow the process with these kids and push them through it. You might want to elaborate more on that.
You know, that was my struggle for a long time. You know, moving here to Austin from West Palm Beach, everything was totally different for me. You know, we had different policies, different procedures, different rules, different regulations about how we govern, how we consequence, and all of those things with students. But what I found here in Austin that we didn't have in Florida is that opportunity. You know, kids could do something once they were in 11th and 12th grade, but 9th grade, you can actually start college in 9th grade. That's huge. And some of our kids, like Ray's son, you know, you got a dual pathway going here. You can be a firefighter, EMT, medic, paramedic, whatever you want to be, and at the same time, you're earning your associate's degree along that field. So you double for your money. That's right there. You know, and with our parents, you know, just getting our parents to understand that these opportunities are out there, and we really, really want our parents to take advantage of those opportunities.
Yes,
come in and ask for information, gain information. You know, I thought about doing infomercials doing sports because that's when I can capture a lot of parents, because everybody want to see my baby play something. So why can't we just have infomercials doing our games so that we can give those parents some information?
I wanted to ask you is, do you think with the caliber of parents we have, like,
yes,
can we give, I hate to say it because they grown, but they need a program. It seems like,
but I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying, Ms. Henry? You know what I mean? Because we fighting, you fighting hard every day, right?
Single day.
Me and Ray fighting, and other cats out there fighting, and mad love to you people who pouring into these kids, man, and giving it back. But we can only do so much, ain't that right, Miss?
We can only do so much, but what I found that we could do more of, we can give our parents some tools for their toolkit.
Bam.
We can give them some tools for their tools.
Hold on. She out here.
Yeah, she cutting up in the first quarter, man.
First quarter. You like to cut up. They don't even know you.
They don't even know it, boy.
She cut up quick. So tell them what you can help put in their toolbox.
We can give our parents some tools for their toolkit to help them navigate through some of those roadblocks and barriers that they see as barriers for their children. But sometimes parents need to understand if they just come and ask, if they come and deliver some information, then we're in a better place to support them in what they're trying to do. Because you're not going to tell me that there's not one parent out there that don't want their child successful. And they want their children to have more than they have had the opportunity to provide for them. So all of our parents want our children successful. There's no parents at home saying, you know what, I'm just going to send you that to school today. I'm going to drop that off and I'm done, and you do your thing. You know, they send them what we have. They send the best at home. They're not keeping anybody back at the house. So then we work from there. That's why I have this philosophy about meeting children where they are. So I'm going to meet you where you are. You know, if you're not ready for that day, then I'm going to do some things to help you get ready for that day. You know, and sometimes we got to learn when to step back and we got to learn when to step up. You know, sometimes our kids need space. We're all trauma informed, right? We all bring our own issues into our spaces and our places, right? So our children have issues, our parents have issues, I have issues, right? And I can't just leave it in the car when I walk inside the building. So our children have faced those same things, and our parents do too. So we got to have a little bit more patience and understanding. And be able to work with our families that way. And it's not always a negative call that goes out to the house. When can I ever get a positive call about my son or daughter?
When can you say he did good?
That'll make parents want to come to to the school, want to support what you have to offer to their children. You know, and then if you give them some tools for the toolkit, they're going to be able to help you to help their child, their son or daughter, to be successful. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
A little appreciation go a long way.
Yeah, appreciation go a long ways. My mama say you catch more flies with
you catch more. Well, you
catch more flies with honey than you do bees.
Yeah, you do bees. You so right.
I ain't talking about bees.
You talking about flies?
Because bees will bite you.
They so will, boy. When they get
bees
mad, they just say,
but see, that's the
honey. You have to have that honey, right? Honey, how can I help you? Honey, what can I do for you today?
Love.
Well, they would show with love.
That's what they need. That's
L-O-V-E.
They need love.
But I like how you balance.
I hope y'all sharing this video.
I like how you put balance on the parents.
I hope you sharing this video.
Educators too.
Absolutely.
I love that. You make everybody look in the mirror and
education.
hold themselves accountable. And I think that's great. That's the only way to do it. Accountability on both ends.
Sometimes we have to look in that mirror and see who we see.
All the time. You know that.
See who we see. Who are you? Is this your ministry or this your way to the next paycheck? Right. We got to talk about that, man.
We got to talk about that.
You know, this
we
job
get that on the table.
You got to have your heart in it.
Oh, I got another flag.
This job is for real.
No, hold on. Please say that again. Is this your what?
This is my ministry. This job is for real.
It's not just a paycheck.
It's not just a paycheck. It's not just a paycheck. Get you to the next check. If you're not in it for the children,
get on up out of
you
there.
shouldn't even be in it. You shouldn't even be in it, man.
Yep.
You got to have your heart and your mind in it. You know, and then everything else is gonna follow.
Man,
because this is a profession. And teachers, we treat them like the professionals they are. Then they have to act like the professionals that they are in front of our children.
I'm trying to tell y'all about Miss Henry. I gave y'all a video before.
We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do. You know, it takes grit. We can't teach our children to be successful if we don't know what it looks like. We cannot do that.
Let's talk about your childhood. Let's talk about your upbringing. What's made this great one? What mold? Be honest with it. What mold this great woman that we see today coming from Florida?
Powerhouse.
I'm gonna tell you this. My mom had a 3rd grade education. My dad had a 4th grade education.
Yes.
I had 8 sisters and brothers.
Man.
My mom never worked a day in her life until 1975. Wow. That's right. She went back and got her high school diploma at the age of 53.
Wow.
And got her first job. It can be done.
It can be done.
And
Don't
you know what she did
people,
teach us is this. She was relentless about us going to school, getting a great education, so that we didn't end up in places and spaces like she did. Depending on a man to take care of you.
Yes. Yes.
Because you didn't have it for yourself.
But did y'all hear that?
And then having to abide by the rules and regulations somebody else said. She wanted better for us.
Man.
She wanted better for us. And I can tell you, my 4 brothers are all deceased now, but my 4 sisters are still living. We're all in education. 3 of us were principals at the same time at the same district in Florida. So we're just going to go get us, man. We're going to go and get it.
Mama better started at home.
No, Miss Henry, you're not a go-getter. You a go-giver.
I'm a go-giver.
You are a go-giver.
I like that. I'm going to throw this flag right now.
She gonna throw it. Miss Henry, you a go-giver.
Go-giver. I like that.
Yes, ma'am. You are a go-giver.
So you know, when you were born and raised poor and didn't know it, you know, when you got 4 sisters, 5 girls, everything got handed down. We didn't have a bathroom in our house. We had to go down the hallway to the bathroom. We had to take a bath in our 2 bedrooms that we had, and they wasn't really bedrooms. The kitchen was right there. The bed was right there. So we didn't have bedrooms. And I tell these kids, now, man, you have a bathroom in your house.
For a lot of stuff.
Oh, my God. You got it made. You living in the White House. Yeah, everything I knew we were in the outhouse. Right. We didn't even realize we were poor until we grew up.
Wow. And look back at it.
Then we look back at it and we said, wow. And wasn't nothing wrong with us. And when children say that when I hear people saying that you have to become a product of your environment, hell no, you don't have to become a product of your environment. You beat those odds and you be that change you want to see in everybody else.
Because it can happen.
It can happen.
It's right here.
Perseverance.
But she said
you.
Take you.
All y'all, you. Everybody out there that's listening.
She fired, man. Miss Henry is
take
fire.
all of us to do this work.
She fired.
Say that again.
It's going to take all of us to do this work. All of us. Man. All of us. All of us.
Well,
we all have great ideas and we have things to contribute. Let people shine where they are. I need to find where your strength is. I need to tap where your strength is, and I need to provide an opportunity for you to
and
shine.
bring it together.
Absolutely.
Because great minds think alike.
Absolutely.
But when they start thinking alike, they start moving.
They start moving.
Okay.
Progress.
But we going in. Listen, everybody. We going into halftime. I'm sorry. We going into the second quarter.
Young Jimmy King.
And hey, Miss Henry, everybody. Miss Henry. Second quarter. Check us out.
Locker room, baby. Like and share.
Yeah, how you feeling, dog? I mean, it's been a pleasure, man. I'm glad you got the opportunity. This is not your first, second, or third time being in Austin, Texas. I'm glad you came down. I'm glad Legend brought you down. How you feeling about Austin, Texas basketball and community in 2019? And how do you see the Fab brand and what we building being a blessing in this city?
Well, you know, like you said, I've been here many times. Right up the road, 35, Dallas, you know, Plano, you know, the whole area is good to be back in the great state of Texas. I was telling.
For real though, successful people love to tell you how they got successful. Let me tell you what about successful people. Successful people love to tell you how they got successful. And you, when you're talking to somebody successful, you need to have a little notepad and get a little pencil. And don't not be afraid. And what was it you?
Ask questions and listen.
Because, man, that right there, you can play it into your life a bit. Not make everything, but you can, because they giving you the game, man.
But you know what most people do when they see those type of people, what they do?
No, they don't even want to talk about it.
They trying to sell themselves, or they trying to talk to that person.
And the whole thing, yeah. And you, so, okay, on that fact.
Successful person don't like to talk about it.
Right, so you got to understand, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You don't have 2 mouths and 1 ear. That means you need to hear mostly than you say.
He said, I need my flag on there. Like, I left the flag in the truck, bro.
No, you know what I mean, though, Jim? I mean, come on, man. That's why God gave it to us like that. Because we got to understand, man, that's if we hear it, it's just like hearing the word, man. It'll change your life. And it's like hearing things that can make you better than who you already are, man. You know what I mean? Even the baddest dudes who created things in life, they still look for more growth and trying to learn, man. This game don't stop, man. You know what I mean? But you had some literature for me, man.
So
on the
so true champions, when we're talking about how to structure your business, and the model is like I said, you know, we're keeping that cost down, and we're building the platform so it's no one else's, and it's going to be like a sports Facebook.
Man.
We want the kids to interact. They can talk to each other. They can support each other. Highlights, promote. You could raise money. All of that stuff. You know how kids need money for programs, whatever. So it's just a platform that and we talk about doing it from the heart. It's to give these kids opportunities. We're not looking to get rich. We looking to help these kids, because that's like you said, money. It's our calling.
Right.
We got so much poured into us. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know our history.
Man.
I've known him since birth.
Wow.
That's how his father was my coach. That's how far we go back. And I love his father. His father, honestly, and I haven't even really said this to him, is your father was the one that allowed me to really step out and do my thing. That's what he did for me.
Right.
And that's how I got on the stage, was your father.
Man. That's love right there, boy.
So the opportunities that I got, I want to give to all of those kids, regardless of what sport they play.
Locker room, man.
Locker room get classic.
Man, they get classic.
Legend them putting a documentary together about that man too up there too. They gonna talk about some legendary people in the community. So y'all hearing it first on the locker room. My man Legend Wright. the man behind the Moutier basketball back-to-back giveaway, man. And just the weekend, a great Saturday we had at LBJ. Great turnout in the community, man. Thank you for the support, my peoples. I love y'all. Y'all been trying. Y'all been true since the beginning.
Yes, I want to went too long. What's up, baby?
Hey, we back at the locker room, second quarter, with Miss Sheila Henry, a.k.a. Miss Henry, a.k.a. Fire, a.k.a. Miss Queen. But she holding it down for us, man. And like I said, if you whatever you missed in the first quarter, you might want to rewind there when all this is done, because she was speaking some real facts. And hey, man, this woman right here, it's an honor just to be next to her. It really is. Man, I'm happy right now. I'm happy. What about you, Ray?
Man, I'm excited, man. I'm just thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I got a jewel in here. You did me a favor, baby. You always do me a favor. I love you. Let's get into this educational piece, though. You actually allowed me to take a group of kids to PV, and you jumped on the van with me. Hot van, hot bus. We stacked kids up. So you graduated from an HBCU.
I did.
And you promote that heavily. Let's talk about your education coming up through HBCU and how it all played out. Well, and what made you take academics serious? Don't leave my mouth.
I didn't start at an HBCU. I started at a CU.
Okay.
Not the HB wasn't on there. It wasn't historically black.
There you go.
I started out at oh my God, South Florida. In Tampa. So my mom sent me up in August and she brought me home in December. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Because I wasn't ready.
Straight up.
This 18-year-old was not ready for that. Ready for those kids that were more mature than I was. Had been exposed to some things that I probably would have never seen before in my whole lifetime, living in those two rooms we were in. So you know what? I got out there, had me a little job, work, study. I was doing the whole thing. Everything but going to class. Man. See, because I was smart and I was too smart for my own good. So I did absolutely nothing that first semester in college. My mama said, okay, that's it for you. You'll be coming home in December. You will not be going back. Okay, so for the next 2 years, Sheila Henry had a whole job. And I was working every single day, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. And when I went back to school, I was paying for my own school.
That changed your mind, didn't it? That made you look at it a little different.
Yes, absolutely. Because see, when you spending your dollar, you think about it a little bit differently than you think about somebody else's money, right?
I know about that.
So with me having to pay my own way through school while I work, and I'm not going to even mention nothing else I had going on.
Yeah.
But while I had to use my dollar, I went back to school. I finished in 3.5 years. 2.5 years. Sorry, correction. 2.5 years, I was done. I said, I need to get this bachelor's and I need to get it quick because I need to make me some real money.
2.5 years.
2.5 years, I'm done. I went to school 5 days a week and weekends. If they offered a class online, I was in it.
You feel like
because
you was
I felt like I needed to catch up for the lost time that I had already wasted 2 years and a semester of time that I did not go to school. So I went to Florida Memorial University in Miami, and we were on Highway 27, and they call it Killer 27 if you live in Florida, because everybody died that went down that highway almost like they were in a car accident or something happened to them. But anyway, we drove that highway every weekend, every weekend and 3 nights a week. We were in class down in Miami, trying to get it done. It was a group of us that went together, and thank God for the group, because I don't know if I could have made it just me going down there by myself. So always find somebody that's got your same like mind and want to do something different and want to get it done. So yes, I finished it up in 2.5 years, because I can take many classes as I wanted to. At one point, I was carrying 24 hours. And that's more than somebody taking a whole year for some children. Absolutely, because I was smart and I knew I was smart. I graduated in the top 5% of my class, so I had no obstacles to learning and being able to function in education. So absolutely, I can get that done.
I love that. Educated black woman.
And being at a black university, I'm telling you, black folks do not let black folks slip.
Not at
now,
that
you are not going to be up there playing around and not getting it done.
Man.
Yeah, I had teachers that were like, we're going to do this and we're going to get it done. No slackers in here.
Right.
I was not a student number when I went to school. They called me by my name. Sheila Johnson. That was my name. It wasn't 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was by my name because they knew me. Right. Because we had personal and intimate relationships with our professors because they cared about what happened to us and they cared about us. Right. You know, we wanted to be successful, then we were successful.
That's important.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yes, I graduated from there and I went on and got my master's at Nova and I went back to FAU to do my administrative certification. So I did all of that.
In Florida.
All of that in Florida.
Education.
In a 5-year span, all of those, all 3 of those were done.
That's major.
That's major.
That's major, baby.
Because what happened was, see, I started out as a secretary in the office. I started subbing. I said, "Oh, I like this thing. I think I can teach school." So then I got my degree in elementary education because I thought I was going to be a second grade teacher, but that didn't happen. Because after that internship, I was like, no, I'm going to have to get me another level because these too little right here. Yeah. So I went to middle school. So I spent my time in middle school. And I had a principal that really pushed me and really cared. He said, you know, you got some leadership qualities we need to explore. I need for you to just keep going to school so you can do some of this work and get paid for it. Because I was doing the work and I wasn't getting paid to do the work. I did the work because I wanted to do the work and I wanted to learn.
But that purpose does that though, don't
Absolutely. If you're walking in your purpose and living in your purpose, you're going to do some things a little bit different. And I saw it and I said, you know what, I can do that. I can do all of that and I can do that too. And I did it. And that path was just like that, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Boy, when God shaped it up, He shaped it up.
Oh yeah, He did.
Because what He got for you, when you dial right in tune with Him.
Absolutely.
See, when people praying for something, He might not have it, then it. I
might
hate
not even be for you.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
But then when you lined it up with you, what you saying,
yes.
You see how everything was just
lined up for me, man. Because that intervention He staged for me, oh man, there's no way, there's no telling what path I would have taken.
So it ain't interruption.
I'm just trying to hang. I had a whole intervention. I had an intervention. That interruption when something just happened temporarily.
Yeah.
No, you coming home for 2.5 years. No, that's an intervention.
That's an intervention.
Oh yeah,
40 hours
a
week. The 40 hours a week will change.
Because I tell you, my mama used to say, God take care of babies and fools. So you went up there and acted a fool, you come on home. You're going to work with you in a different way right now, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah, He need to touch you.
That's
why when I talk to these kids, I tell them what's real.
You have to, Miss, and they love you.
I tell them what's real. It ain't always been easy, honey.
Man.
Y'all just don't know how tough it is out here.
I do. I see you.
And it didn't happen overnight. And I didn't gain this confidence and this skill set overnight.
Man.
But you grew. You kept yourself under great leadership,
But if you don't channel that in the right direction, you're just smart.
You stayed your path, but you had an experience under great leadership as well,
I did. And then I had all my sisters before me.
Wow.
That led that for me.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah. There was an expectation.
And at one time, all of you was principals.
All 3 of us at one time.
Oh, that's awesome right there.
That's major.
That's accomplishments.
That's major.
That's accomplishments.
That's major.
That they don't want to share that. They don't want to share that. That's good news right there.
That's major.
That's good news for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you don't hear it.
No, you don't.
But if you watching right now, you heard it.
Live and direct at the locker room, you heard it.
Man.
3 young black sisters.
Man.
3 sisters.
So tell me this about education and you working in a community, predominantly minority community. At times I see a lack of thirst and love for knowledge and education. Why do you think that's a problem in our community? Why do you think that's one of the vices we do?
I think sometimes I gotta go back and think about that because I think sometimes people feel a certain kind of way, and it's not, and it shouldn't feel that way because sometimes people fear you when you're in spaces and you occupying places that they've dreamed about, they've thought about, they've talked about. And you know what I've learned over the years, just reading different information, articles, and reading books about being a black female in this world in this day and age today. that's something as it is. But being a black successful female and you don't have to compromise your morals and values for anybody, you know, you have to learn how to live in these white spaces sometimes, and you got to be confident in your own skin that I don't have to change my dialect, I don't have to change my hair, I don't have to bleach my skin. Like, I'm comfortable with the skin that I'm in, and I can live in those spaces without trying to transform myself to fit somebody else's profile of what I should do and what I should say and how I should think, because nobody dictates that but Sheila here.
And because you highly qualified.
Absolutely. I did the work. I did the work. I did the work. I did the work. And if females really want to know the struggle that took place before I got here, all they got to do is come and have that conversation with me, man. I'll be glad to share my life with them. I will share it with them because there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I used to not believe that, but there's something at the end of that rainbow. But you got to be persistent and you got to stay with the program. You can't just keep falling off the wagon all the time.
She know I love that word.
You love that word, persistent. You have to be persistent about what you're doing, man. And then opportunities are out there, and sometimes we're afraid to step into those spaces and apply for those opportunities that are out there for us. But they're out there. We just got to stop being afraid to take advantage of some of the opportunities that are out there. Fear is a motherfucker. False
evidence.
Absolutely.
Appearing real.
That's right. It's like that sheep and wolves clothing.
Just keeping it 100 at all times.
All kind of ways.
They sure do.
They in 3-piece suits. They in jogging suits. They in business wear. They in everything. You know, but you got to know what you know.
Right. You
got to know what you know, and you got to be comfortable in that space. And that's what I tell everybody. You know, it took me. I didn't just happen to get like this overnight. It took me a minute, man. I don't have to learn how to be in spaces. I am who I am, and I'm comfortable.
But you gonna bring the space, Miss.
I'm gonna bring that space.
You gonna bring that space.
They talking about
that's right.
Say. No, I'm courageous. That's why I talk about courageous spaces now. That's where I live, in courageous spaces. Because I'm not afraid. I'm not ever scared to do or say anything that's right. That's right. And I'm gonna stand in it. I'm gonna stand in my truth. And I think everybody that knows me in Austin, they know I'm gonna stand in my truth. Because that's the only thing I have to stand on.
You say what you mean and you mean what you say?
Absolutely.
Man, that's what I'm talking
Absolutely.
But I think the evidence is there. I mean, everything you've done has been of quality, of high level, and it's been productive. So it's no questioning that. You understand? I just love you. You know what I'm saying? You just mean the world to me. I thank you for this opportunity. We're going to keep it rolling, though. We're going to let you keep spinning. But the black college experience for kids at LBJ, do you think that's an experience they should push? Or do you think they
it is?
Because I hear a lot of people out here talking about college ain't this, that, and the other. Don't go to college. You can get right out here. But if you go to school at LBJ or any of our AISD schools and take it serious, you can come out of there as an entrepreneur. It's a lot of things you can come out of there with.
Lots of opportunities, because what I say is everybody is not college bound, but there are other opportunities that they can access where they don't have to go to a 2-year college or a 4-year college. You know, you take advantage of what you have.
That's right.
And and sometimes we just don't know what it is we want to do.
Right.
So we try to push kids in different directions and test the waters on different programs, different services, different things. But you know what? At the end of the day, they got to be comfortable with the choices that they make. That's why we call it college, career, and life ready. Because if nothing else, we're going to teach you how to go out in the streets and get your own. What you don't have right now. You know, you don't take from nobody else. You have to make your own money. You have to make your own way for yourself. And if that comes with, I need to start here to get there, that's what we need to do. Because everybody not ready to be pushed off into a college. Everybody really not ready, you know, for a career right now. Because I don't even know how to get to work on time. Hell, I don't even know how to get to school on time right now. So we have to train our children, and they call those soft skills. That's what the industry calls soft skills. Those are some of the skills that we need to teach our children at home first, and then we're going to teach them that at school. We're going to follow up.
Yeah,
See, sometimes school need to be a follow-up to what you're getting at the house.
It does.
Because you can't have an expectation that your son or daughter is going to learn everything at the school.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So school sometimes need to be the follow-up and the follow-through. And then we need some follow-through back in the house once we do some things at the school.
Right.
You know, because opportunities are there. We just got to put our kids in some places where they take advantage of that in their
programs, with
family.
you saying that, what programs do you see within AISD that are taking out where most of our kids are migrating to?
I know most of our kids are migrating toward the health field.
The health field.
Yeah, because they're going to have a job in the health field no matter what. That is going to be a job that they can have for the rest of their lives.
Right.
You know, and education is another one. We got to educate the doctors. We got to educate all of them, so they got to go to school.
Right.
So education and the medical field are two fields that are going to be here forever.
Right.
You know, most of our kids do take advantage of that. For those kids that want to be ambitious about some other things, we got construction trades, we got auto mechanics, we got real estate going right now. We got engineering getting ready to start down at Anderson High School, and then we have student sharing. Like our kids can leave one campus and go to the other and learn a skill and learn a career right there, and then come back and give to their own. You know, I wish we would do more with military readiness. You know, that whole CCMR, they got a military. We gotta test them with the ASVAB, see what their skills are. It's just an inventory to see what you're really good at, and see if we can align that with what we're doing in school. You see what I'm saying? But we won't never know that if we don't test our kids to find out what it is they're really good at. Because sometimes we don't know. We take personality profiles all the time, and we end up somewhere like, I don't know, that's not for me.
See,
but you don't know if that's for you.
We're going to talk about that in the second half. We're going to go to halftime.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to halftime.
Jimmy King was just in there talking about that testing and them needing to test some of the kids in Michigan within their schools, and a lot of administration went away from it. We're going to come back with real talk, locker room, second half. Miss Sheila Henry, the queen, Austin AISD. We love y'all. Like and share. Continue to support. We thank y'all. We'll see y'all after the half. Locker room.
How y'all doing out there? This is Max Back. Pay attention. We're going to talk about some good topics. We're going to keep it simple, but we're going to keep it real. Stay tuned. It's coming. I'm coming right at you with these facts. I hope you're ready, baby. Welcome everybody. Max Facts. Here we go. Check this. For all the people who working outside, construction workers who walking around running, you be crazy running this heat like this. But listen, drink lots of water. You should be knocking down a gallon of water every day. A gallon of water. When you wake up, drinking water. Before you go to sleep, drink the water. Throughout the day, drink the water. Do not stop drinking water. That's 89% of our bodies. We need these fluids. These fluids are very much needed in us. Heat strokes happen. Football player. The camps, it's time for the football camps. These kids got to drink a lot of water. Don't always drink the Gatorade. Gatorade is after you train, not during you train. Don't fall for that. Water. Please hydrate yourself, people. Please. I encourage you. Keep drinking the water. Bless you. Love you all. R.I.P. Gentry Mason.
Love you, boy.
Viewers, we appreciate everything y'all doing and watching us. I hope you getting a lot from the Mac Facts, because we're going to come at it every week with new Mac Facts. We're going to bring it to you. You're going to love it. Thank you all for coming in, but I hope you just pay attention to what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to get out here, reach the community, and get these Mac Facts. It's all about you guys. It's not about us. It's bigger than us. Mac Facts coming at you.
Hey, we back at it. Third quarter. We always finish strong. You a Jaguar lady. We're going to go 3 to 4. And we're going to finish strong. We ain't going 5, 6. We're going 4. But we got Miss Sheila Henry back in with this info, man. We going back to school. It's important that our kids and our community are on board with this, that we take knowledge and education and these opportunities very serious. We don't get these days back.
Yes.
The best thing we can get, the biggest blessing we get is time. We got to take advantage of our time.
Yes.
So without no more mishearing, we were talking about testing our kids. I want to stay back on track with that info because we deal with the kids. How important is it to reevaluate these kids, and how often should our kids be reevaluated?
I think that, with great teaching in every classroom, our kids are going to get exactly what they need. But we do have some students that we have to test so we can find out where they are and what kind of support that we need to put in place for them. So testing them just to test them, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in testing just to test, but I do believe in what we call standards-based grading for a campus, because you test me on my skills, not necessarily on whether I was bad today, or whether I cussed out somebody over in the other room over there, or was I acting silly in the cafeteria. It's based on your skill set. So I do like that, and I do like that way of grading and testing, assessing our kids. And then you know what, when you test their knowledge, then they know what they know. But when you're just giving them a test, like you're just creating something for them to take, just busy time, out of time, just to stay out your hair, I don't believe in any of that. Now, high stakes testing for state accountability, we have to do that. We have to do that because you know what? We want to make sure our kids are ready for the next level of education or the next level of life, whatever that should be. And then we need to know where the gaps are. And the only way we're going to know that is through testing them. So not over testing, but allowing them an opportunity to sit down so we can test those skills to see where they are and figure out what we need to do to intervene or disrupt for them on the school campus every day. So we can give them that level of support that they need where they need it. We're testing with a purpose and for a purpose, not just testing just to test you because I want you out my hair and this is just going to create some time and space for me. So you test for a purpose and with a purpose in mind that this testing is to see where you are and what it is we need to do to support that. We're either going to intervene or we're going to enrich. If you're already there, we need to see how much further we can stretch you. Because some kids want to be average, and they don't have to be average. And see, sometimes when we're in the classrooms, we're not pushing. We're not pushing for that. We're not pushing for that. So we have to push our kids when we know that they know. And then those that struggle, we have to figure out a way to intervene and help them to get to where we need for them to be.
I think people need to know how we've had a lot of successful minorities come from AISD. Not just minorities, but people in general. Highly educated, powerful people. I don't think they talk enough about how powerful the public school system can be if taken fully advantage of.
Oh man, it's free.
Yep.
It's called it's free and appropriate public education. That's what it is. Who wouldn't want something free? Why would you now need to go out and pay for what you could have gotten free right here? We have people that's coming back to the schools now. They graduated in the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s that dropped out of school want to come back and get this. Get it while it's available. It's called free education, and everybody should take advantage of that. When they can, if they can. And if they can't come to us, we need to take it to them.
So I hate to spin it a little bit, but I have to ask you this. But as a boss, like these young kids like to say, as a leader.
Is that with the dollar signs or just the regular S's?
It got the dollar signs in it. You know how we do at the J, everything live. You know what it means. It got the dollar signs in it at the J.
She said with the
as a boss, we always are here to educate and let these kids know. How do they need to present themselves if somebody wants
ready? You need to have somebody help you work on your resume. Build that for you. And if you hadn't had a job, you should come in and make me want to give you one. Let me be that first person to hire you for a job. Because everybody has to start somewhere, right? You have to have your first year teachers, which people say, oh no, I don't want to have first year teachers. See, that first year experience, some of the best experience you can have. And you have to give people an opportunity. A lot of industry don't want to give you an opportunity to get started. I tell my own son that, well, they're not going to give me a job because I don't have any experience. I said, son, you got to start somewhere. There's somebody that's going to hire you out there if you bring it right. You got to come to them correct. You got to come with some sense. And you got to come with, you have to train people how to have that conversation during interviews. So I do mock interviews all the time with administrators. I ask you those questions. And then I'll teach you how to frame those answers when you're giving it back. Not asking you to not be truthful, but ask you to present in a way, to project in a way that people understand that this is for me. This is my job. I'm just waiting on you to give me my hire date. When do I start?
That's it.
And where are the keys? Because I'm the person you're looking for. I'm the person you want. Absolutely. And I like to pride myself on being able to give a lot of opportunities, especially to black and brown folks, since I've been here in Austin, because I pride myself on hiring people.
You've done great with
hiring people that look like my children on my campus that are going to be able to come in there and deliver. They're going to stand and deliver.
You've done a great job.
They're not going to talk at them. They're going to talk to them, and they're going to provide some opportunities for our kids. So it's all in presentation.
Presentation. Because see, Bobby Mack is big on our boys, and I'm going to let him elaborate on that with presentation and talking to the boys and how they need to present themselves moving forward. It's a new school year. We got to come different.
Ms. Henry, I'm going to be honest with you. It just come to me, God just come to me. I think, like at the beginning of the year, one of these years, just let me go in on them, not hard or nothing, but just the expectation of what we want out of you at LBJ.
Exactly.
We want out of you at Maynard. Let's go into it, and let me tell you what you're gonna need. Because you get over here cutting up, and let me tell you where you're going.
Exactly.
And certain kids, when they get there, everything new, the phones, or everybody doing this, but then you got that Bobby Mack coming in. Ain't gonna grab the mic and say, I'm gonna shame you. I'm gonna shame you. Okay, your mama dropped you off. You theirs now.
Exactly.
Act like your mama's son, boy. Recognize what's going on. You come here for a free education.
That's right.
And you need to come in this school and get it. Not fight, not all that other extracurricular stuff, not the females, not all that. Let's go to the school. Just like they built that little old school over there by LBJ, right next door to it, they go straight to school.
Straight to school.
Then they get on that bus and they go home.
Go home at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Not hanging out in the front yard till 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, well, your mama don't have anything for you to do at the house.
Exactly.
Well, get some scissors at the office and come cut this grass.
I guarantee
it's already up to my knees. You know what? I don't think kids just don't have no responsibility. And you know what? You got to come to them like that.
You got to come to them like that.
I talk to the boys and the young ladies the same way. I tell them what's real.
They got to have it.
All of that, I ain't got time to pacify none of that.
So presentation is a mother.
It is, man, and they need that.
They need
you know what I mean? First day of school, just give me the mic, Miss Henry.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I want the whole gym. I want everybody in the gym, and I just want to give it. You know what I mean?
Ask her if she can give you that.
Yeah, because I want to give to them and just
separate the boys from the girls.
Just like that.
Get them over there.
Get them on over there and get in there.
Conversation with them. Pants hanging down,
man,
halfway the leg.
I want to point them out.
I already told them.
Raise your hand if your pants below your butt.
Research on that.
You know what I mean? Raise your pants if your hand below your butt.
I just tell them to pull the panties up because I don't know what else.
That is right there.
And that's straight up.
That's it.
That's straight up.
That's
like,
straight
I don't
up.
want to see all of that. Like that. Don't invite me to anything like that.
But see, you look at them, Miss Henry, and them the same ones we're gonna be on all year long. The same ones that it take them 10 years and then they see it. No, you had 10 years to fix it.
Right.
But them the same ones that they can't be coached, they can't be taught.
Yeah.
But then them the same ones that
come back. Nah, they come back wanting to be saved.
Mama.
Yeah, I want you to put some money on their account.
Huh?
Ain't nobody doing that.
But you got in there yourself. Okay. Then. So you know it the thing about it is, and me and Jam was saying this last night. I just want to tell these kids. I don't want to hear you didn't know. Nobody told you.
They can never say that.
You know what I mean? Though I just don't. And we done told you. Miss Henry done told you. Ray Jack done told you.
They know.
Bobby Mack done told. So I don't want you
choices. I tell them choices. You can make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. You have to give them some of that, man.
Yeah.
Choices. Make great choices.
That's
today.
it, man. I mean, he give us them.
Absolutely.
And it's up to you. You can get up and lay down.
Absolutely. It's yours to keep and it's yours to lose.
So, man, I like that right there. What she showed hit you.
I love it. So tell me this about AISD. You know, I got it. You in the locker room. How are we promoting athletics? Let me know how we gonna do this athletics around here, because I need the facilities. I got big things going on too, and I need to be able to use. How are we promoting athletics? Are you happy where we going?
You know what? With the direction that we're trying to go, and I know a few years ago, maybe 2013, we had some things in a bond that we had proposed about doing some things with our athletic facilities and all of that. But I can tell you that AISD is working toward making some of those things right.
That's what I
you
wanna
know,
hear.
they're looking at our facilities and they're asking us to process those work orders and heat tickets so we can come in and get some things done. You know, where I see things going, you know, when I look down there in Pflugerville and I see that huge stadium down there, I'm like, oh man, I wish we can have something like that. But I can see it coming. I can see it coming. But what we have to do is we have to value our athletes. We have to put as much value on our athletes as we do everybody else in our district. You know, we just got to value our athletes. If we want D1 athletes, we want state-of-the-art facilities, and we have to provide that for them and train them in those spaces and give them an opportunity to sit in some of those cold tubs and saunas and different things like that, so that we can, you know, what happened to those huge pools, you know, that naptorium we were talking about. Okay, let's bring some of that to some of our facilities here in Austin. You know, I can tell you, we're talking about it. We're talking about it today. We're talking about that and where we can deliver in some of those spaces and make it great for our children.
Right. I mean, because you know, Austin is growing, especially with the University of Texas, and semi-pro teams are coming, and it's just growing tremendously for athletics.
So we gotta have the facility to train our kiddos, right? You know, and we just gotta do it.
Yeah,
right. We just gotta provide spaces for them.
But for the audience,
those conversations are coming up, and then you know what? Our parents need to start speaking.
See,
you know, guys, it can come from all of us at a different level, but where are our parents when it comes to that?
And when I'm gonna tell you,
you know, they gotta have a voice.
It ticked me off when Finna he was on the show and he asked for that boost to come up, and 5-8 parents showed up. That really made me mad. You know what I mean, Miss Henry? I was ticked off at that, man.
Friday night you got 2,000 up there.
How many we got, Miss?
2,000 up there on Friday night, like.
And then you got,
and to talk about what we need to do.
Huh?
No, that's not right, man.
That ain't right. Priorities.
Hey, if your playing time was based on your parent time, man. You know what? All them second, third, fourth rounds, they can go on up the first round. They can bring their parents. Because I want to get in. I guarantee you they'll get some parents up in there.
Audience, if y'all got any questions for Miss Henry in the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter. I'm ready. So bring it on.
Bring the questions. Fourth quarter, I want y'all to bring Miss Henry questions. She throwing it up already. We ain't even in it yet, but she throwing it up. Please.
Hey, this time going quick.
It's here. We right here. We got Miss Henry, the queen of fire, right here.
That's the end of the quarter.
No, really? No, we ain't.
I was about to say, that ain't the end of the quarter.
I was just telling you. I was just saying it. I was just saying it.
I was just
saying it.
I thought we was about to say that time moving quick for that quarter.
It's been about 28 seconds.
28 seconds.
Hey,
all right.
But nah, we getting strong in the fourth quarter because I got some questions. We're going to do community talk. We're going to definitely ask Miss Henry more questions about what we need to do as a community to promote education and build our city up. The city is growing. There's a lot of money in the city. We got to open up these schools and allow these nonprofits to take advantage of helping our kids before and after school. So we're going to talk more to Miss Henry after the break. You understand? Fourth quarter, we always finish strong. She always throwing up foes too.
She always.
We'll holler at you in a minute. Fourth quarter, Miss Henry.
We already got one question.
Yeah.
For real though, successful people love to tell you how they got successful. Let me tell you what about successful people. Successful people love to tell you how they got successful. And you, when you're talking to somebody successful, you need to have a little notepad and get a little pencil. And do not be afraid. And what was that you?
Ask questions and listen.
Because, man, that right there, you can play it into your life a bit. Not make everything, but you can, because they giving you the game, man.
But you know what most people do when they see those type of people, what they do?
No, they don't even talk about it.
They trying to sell themselves, or they trying to talk to that person.
And the whole thing, and you so okay on that fact.
Successful person don't like to talk about this.
Right. So you got to understand, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You don't have 2 mouths and 1 ear. That means you need to hear mostly than you say.
He said that crazy. I need my flag on days. Like, I left the flag in the truck, bro.
No, you know what I mean, though, Jim? I mean, come on, man. That's why God gave it to us like that. Because we got to understand, man, that's if we hear it, it's just like hearing the word, man. It'll change your life. And it's like hearing it's like hearing things that can make you better than who you already are, man. You know what I mean? Even the baddest dudes who created things in life, they still look for more growth and trying to learn, man. This game don't stop, man. You know what I mean? And but you had some literature for me, man. So on the
We coming back live and direct, 4th quarter, baby. Miss Henry, she moving quick too. Boy. Hey,
man.
It's a blessing to get this lady to sit still. She talking about going home and making pancakes. That's my kind of lady. Right there,
you know what I'm saying?
Come home to some
Breakfast for dinner.
Exactly.
It's Q&A, baby.
Right.
Q&A.
Breakfast for champions.
First question.
What you got, B-Mac?
First question from Keisha. She said, how do we get more girls motivated, Miss Henry, about school?
Well, you know what? Our girls are our girls, and they're smart as they can be, right? But we got to keep them clothed. We got to keep them clothed so there's no distraction for us. They got a lot of distractors for them, right? And with this new dress code, man, there's going to be many more distractions. So we got to keep them covered up, Keisha, keep their mind engaged in the process and create some opportunities for our girls so that they can be a part of clubs and extracurricular activities where they want to really play UIL sports. I think if we open up some opportunities like that on our campuses for our girls to engage in, you know, i.e. coding, i.e., you know, we go back to old school.
Yeah.
What happened to knitting and basket weaving? There's nothing wrong with that right now. We got to get our girls' mind engaged. She said that our hand coordination is deep.
That's that
right?
phone, though.
Absolutely.
That's that
phone. See, if we can take away some of those cell phones and those Instagram accounts and
that's distraction.
that Facebook, all of that distraction, right? We need to give them something constructive to do, to work with the hands and the eyes when it's not just touching the screen on their cell phones. I think just creating those spaces for them, Keisha, and having teachers to come up with some clubs and activities, have them think about some things that they want to do, and just keep them engaged that way. What we wanted to have them do is be engaged in their classroom, keep the mind off something else and get their mind on the work. That's what we really want them to do. And then at that point, you know, the work has to be engaging in the classroom. The teachers have to step it up, make sure they keep their interest, and they're changing those activities every 8 to 10 minutes in the classroom. You know, it's called rotation centers and stations. We got to keep our girls engaged that way. We got to do things that they're interested in, and we have to talk about some of those topics. We can't be afraid to talk about social justice and social issues that impact their lives. So when you get girls caught up in creative conversation like that, then they have an opportunity to express themselves. You know, they want to talk about some things, but they don't feel like they ever have that opportunity to get it out, you know, because I'm afraid to go there. I'm afraid about what you might say. We can't be afraid to go there. We have to let them be themselves and create that space and opportunity for them to do that.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Henry, is it possible that you can make, like, let's say we got 3 or 4, even 5 strong sisters in our community that want to come talk to the young ladies?
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
we always have
make time for them, Ms.
that
Henry.
Want to come in. I'll make time.
That's
for
right.
It.
That's
like
right.
To come in and
that's
talk to girls.
Because Ashley said,
Ashley wrote a book.
I want to share my story,
Ashley probably
and I
want to
hear
next
Ashley's
week.
story.
Man,
Ashley wrote a book. She went to UT. She called. She definitely. We're gonna have you, Ashley. You already know it's coming. Yes, you're gonna be in the community.
Know about these spaces that we live in.
But tell me this, like even at LBJ, like we used to have home economics. I used to come down the hall. It smell like whole good meal. How do we get those? Yeah, how do we get those? Because everybody want to open up restaurants and stuff.
Everybody want to open up restaurants. So that's some of the things that we're exploring them right now, and that's up to the campuses, right? That's why I say you should give students interest inventories to see what they're interested in. And then when we talk about reinvesting, reinventing, the urban education, then we need to include some of those thoughts that our kids are putting to paper. You know, we always poll everybody in the community and the adults. Let's see what the kids have to say.
Right, they got a word. They got a mouth. What are you interested in? Right.
Because if that's what you're interested in, we want to make sure that you get what you're interested in. It's like some of our guys, especially some of our Hispanic guys and some of our African American guys. Well, their families already own businesses. They have food trucks. They have lawn services. So I'm gonna teach you how to be the CEO, so that then now you can be
on the business side of
it. Get the business side of that job,
know
so
how
you
to
can
do
keep
it.
your whole family employed all the time. And the next generation and the next generation. But if I don't teach you how to do that, how to write a business plan, you need to know that. Yeah, we got a business. But you know, sometimes our businesses go under because we fail to plan.
That's right.
And if we fail to plan, then we're gonna plan to fail automatically. So we got to have.
Y'all heard that?
We got to have some plans. So we teach
do right, you like that? Do right back.
When she hit you with that 3-piece.
Teach them how to plan. You know, they can write business plans.
So okay, because
absolutely,
the government will give you a grant if you write it right.
Budgets, business plans. You know, create something for yourself. That's how you create wealth. Within your family and outside your family, you have to work together.
Can I ask you this question?
Absolutely, right.
Because as
ask it anyway.
As a mother, you know, I ask you now, later. Can you talk to these people about being a mother and an educator and a professional? The balance. Can you talk about the sacrifice? Because sacrifice is a big word for me.
Huge balance, especially in my former position as principal, because then I bring my kid to the school where I'm principal at, and then now it creates a different kind of environment. Oh, do I do this or do I do that? When do I need to check off my job as principal and turn it to my parent? You know, I used to have to take time off my job to turn it to the parent. I would actually sign out, do a leave form for 2 hours, so now I can sit in a parent meeting and then have somebody have that conversation with me. Because, see, I understand what that is. You know, there's a thin line there.
Sure
I'm your supervisor, and I'm his mother. And every mother protects their children no matter what, right? But I'm going to hold you accountable, though, at the same time. So you're not going to get away with anything.
Right.
And then what you're not going to do is you're not going to go to that campus and embarrass me either. Because we had that conversation at the house. We talk about all of that.
Yes.
So it's a hard balance sometimes. It's like an act that you have to keep up, you know, because you in 3 different spaces at one time.
You know,
and you don't want to make your staff feel a certain kind of way. You don't lead by fear, and I've never done that, and I never will, because I don't want you to fear me. What I want you to do is do your job, because that's the only time you're going to hear from me when you're not.
But you're going to respect my decision.
But you're going to respect every decision I make.
Every decision.
You're going to respect my position.
That's right.
And you're going to respect this person right here, whether you like her or not.
Right. I love that, man. I love it. Worldwide Bobby Mack, you're going to definitely get a chance to come into the school.
She want to teach credit.
Yeah, worldwide. That's Bobby Mack.
Look at she's...
she the brains behind this operation.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know you definitely going to get your chance. We're just waiting on you, Bobby. What you talking about?
Yeah.
But yes, definitely. Yes. Shelly, we love you too, Shelly. You've always been a true supporter of everything, from LBJ to Miss Harry to Bobby Mack, Ray Jackson. We love it. We love it. So, moving on to the questions.
We got one more?
Got one more. 3.
Oh,
Give me some.
Shoot something at me then.
Give it to us.
Because it's greasy.
From Bobby Mack, she says, how do you convince kids to invest in themselves?
How do you?
Bobby Mack?
No.
She say to you, that's
that
my
for
wife's
me?
name is Bobby Mack.
Is that Bobby Mack? And how do I get kids to invest in themselves?
Yes.
First of all, they need to believe in themselves. See, because you got to speak that into our children. You speak that into them right there every day. You tell them how great they are. You tell them how smart they are. You tell them how intelligent they are. And you tell them how they're going places, right? Yeah. You have to speak that into your children.
Yes.
You speak that. You speak that into existence. You put that in the universe. You know, you put that in the universe, and then you find ways to support that when it comes to your children. You figure out all the ways to support it. Stay out of those areas where it's always a tug of war with your child, and find all the ways to support what they're doing. Children are going to make mistakes, and so do we. But we find a way to talk about that mistake and move on to the next thing, because we can't stay there. We can't sit and miss.
And
we have to keep it moving. We can't dwell in that mess. We have to keep it moving. So you speak positive into your children. Always. Always. We're talking about how bad they are and talk about how successful they're going to be in life. You know, that's what you do with your children, and that's how you keep them engaged right there, because they're going to believe everything that you say about them. So when you tell them they horrible, they're going to be horrible.
There it is.
When you tell them they great, they're going to be great, because they want to please you. We got to remember that children don't fall too far from the tree. They really don't. They don't fall too far from the tree.
All right, throw a flag on that.
Children do not fall far from the tree. You train them up the way you want them to go, and they're not going to stray too far from you.
Man, that's the truth.
Amen. 2.5 years, remember?
2.5 years.
My mama came and got me.
Go ahead, you got another question for me.
What's the other one?
Next question comes
Hey,
from
we
Keisha.
just eating
She
over
says, question, how do you encourage kids who don't see anything positive in their lives?
From a administrator.
Is that academic and from a parent? Like, I can't see no future for me because I've been blinded all my life about what I couldn't do and what I can't do and what nobody else is going to do for me. You got to speak that into your children too. Like, what do I do?
Even at the school.
You got to find a way to turn that around in your buildings. Those are the kids that you pay attention to.
Very
I call them
close.
my high flyers, right?
Really?
I know you're not interested in school, but I'm going to find all the ways to get you interested, because I'm going to have a daily conversation with you every day, because I know who you are. I know who you are, and I'm going to turn that around. That's persistence. Go back to it. You got to be persistent about what you're doing with kids, all the children, all the time. You really do. So you have to keep speaking that into them, and then find those outlets for them, because every child has something that they want to do, that they like to do, and that they want to be when they grow up. And we don't talk about that anymore. We used to bring the fireman, the police officer, and the mailman to the school. We don't bring that no more. Not drug dealer at the school.
The drug dealer at the
She ain't lying.
Straight up and
Sean
down.
Mitchell,
Like
when do we talk about that
Talk
with
about
our
that.
kids, right? We have to talk about that with our children. We need to let them know what's out there in the world waiting on them if they don't get it in the space where they are right now. That free public education is free.
It's free.
And if we don't educate you here, somebody else going to educate you on the
guarantee you they
outside.
will.
I
But time
guarantee
ain't
you
free,
that
though.
you're going to be used
Time ain't
or you're
free.
going to be a user.
Man.
Yeah. The time ain't free. You know,
And tell Keisha, you know what? I just got to keep praying for the children. You got to pray for them too.
Yeah.
You got to pray for the children. That's why I call
Can't
my
talk
job.
about God up there. You can't be praying.
You got to pray for the children. I ain't telling you to pray on the behavior. You got to pray for the children. You got to pray. You got to pray for the children. You got to pray for the children. Pray for the children. And then where's that family?
Where's that?
Because there's somebody in everybody's family that a child does not want to disappoint. I can tell you that.
That's real. That's real.
Man, Miss Henry giving it to us, man.
So as we prepare for school, some schools start next week and the following week.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to tell the parents, and I want you to follow up on this, is parents, show up at the schools. I don't care if it's elementary, middle school, high school.
Do.
Get to know the teachers and everybody on campus early. Give them current and correct information so that they can contact you, whether good, bad, or indifferent. Start the year off the right way so that it'll just steamroll into something positive. If we start the communication off the right way, it'll be a beautiful process and a great school year. I'll let
And
you
don't
follow
make
up on
any
it.
assumptions about what information is going to roll over to the next year.
You don't
We
wanna hear
change
all
our
that.
phone numbers like we change our clothes. Sometimes we change our addresses like we change our clothing. So you know what? Stay current with the school, and I agree with Ray. Come out to the school. Visit once a week. Visit once a month. We know you're working, but there's always opportunity for you to be at a campus, to do something, to give your input. We have CAC. We have our council?
Yeah.
Our advisory council.
council.
Parents come out for that. We have coffee with the parent. We have lunch with the parents.
Yes.
You know, we're trying to
Dinners,
find
too.
times
Holiday dinners,
that you all can
everything.
take advantage and come. Because everybody say, I'm too busy. Well, when you're too busy for your own children, what do you think other folks are thinking about you?
So you giving them all avenues, Miss.
I'm trying.
You killing the excuses though.
Yes.
Yeah, there can be no excuse.
You hear
for
me?
your,
You killing
for
them
your
though.
children.
You killing them and giving them all them different avenues of saying. So I'm busy right here. So what time can you?
I meet on Saturday. I meet on Sunday. It doesn't matter with Miss Henry. Whenever you can make it, I can be there. I can be there because I made those sacrifices.
That's what we need leading our
children.
children.
I continue to make those sacrifices.
This is who we need at the lead of our children.
You know?
I just love you at the forefront. I hated to lose you at LBJ, man. That's crazy.
Oh, come on, Ray. Let it rest, Ray.
I can't. I don't see you every day. I don't get to hug and kiss on you all the time.
He still talk about it.
Man.
It's killing him.
But I know with you at the forefront of all our high schools, I know where we going.
Absolutely.
I know we're going in a positive direction, and we're truly grateful for that.
And in my role now, I support all high schools.
Yes.
I mentor, I model, whatever they need. If they need a thought partner, I'm it. I mostly work with principals and their leadership teams. I work with teachers. You know, I'm available. Man. Call me. My number did not change.
And it ain't.
And it will never change. And I will answer my phone.
Man.
Absolutely.
Picks up that phone.
Whatever the need is, there are no excuses.
You ain't trying to hear that anyway.
No, I don't want to hear
You want solutions.
Excuses. We need some solutions.
You got one more? Huh?
Last question.
Yeah.
Last question.
Last.
Worldwide.
It says, ask for a star. Are there changes coming?
Changes to STAR? Yeah, legislature is working on that now, looking at testing children less every year, not having 5 tests, maybe breaking it down to 2. So they're in conversation about that right now. We don't have a final ruling yet from TEA, but they are looking to eliminate some of those tests, you know, that frustrate our children so much. And you know, sometimes you can be the smartest in the world, but if that test anxiety kicks in, then you're not going to be successful. And I also believe that a single test cannot measure what I know, and it will never measure what our children know on our campuses. And I would tell anybody, anywhere in America, what you see on a test score does not define what happens in this building on a daily basis.
I love you, Miss Harry. I'm so thankful, man. I know. I got to drop the mic on that. Sassy Charlie? I love she laughed.
Did you just hear what she said?
She dropped knowledge, man.
Last question of the night, Miss Harry.
Yes.
I ask everybody this question.
Okay.
What is your impact?
What is my impact?
On the world.
On the world.
How you want them to
remember? How do I want people to remember me as that person who would never ask anybody to commit to anything that I'm not willing to do? That's my impact. I will not ask others to commit to a process that I'm not willing to do myself.
That's solid right there. I think that's the best answer we ever had.
I think that's I think we're going to have to repeat that one. Man. I don't think they really going to feel that. Miss Harry, I love you. I thank you so much for coming on this show and giving me your time.
My pleasure.
We will follow Miss Harry. The locker room is on the move, y'all. We in the fields now. So we're going to follow her and see some of her day-to-day duties so we can enlighten people. She's giving us access. We love her. At this moment, I want to take the time, man, to say R.I.P. to a great friend, Gentry Mason.
Can we just give a moment of silence right now for about 10 seconds, Ray?
For sure. We love you. We love you, G.
Yes.
You know,
love you, man.
You know, you were part of that legendary, the first state basketball team at LBJ that went to the state title. I get emotional thinking about it. Homegoing services are supposed to be Friday. Families getting all that information out there. We love you. Everybody supporting any kind of way the family. Let's continue to uplift our community, man. We losing somebody every week, it seems like, man. Call somebody, tell them you love them. Hug and kiss somebody, man. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it uplifting. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, Sean Mitchell, for holding it down. You're going to see Sean Mitchell on here plenty more times. He did a great job as a host, man. I love you, Sean. I love you. Continued success and blessings as we move forward for this upcoming school year. The locker room will inform you of all the moves to make. We love you. Worldwide Bobby Mack, continued great success, held us down last week. We love you. Miss Sheila Henry, you got our full support. We behind you. The city is behind you, baby. We'll check y'all out next week. The locker room, 8 o'clock, Monday night, Central Standard Time. Peace.